So I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna
Okay,
screen
being
share.
being recorded by, or in the camera. Okay, I see, got it. Okay.
Okay. So so this is the training for Wix. If you log into Wix and you have a little bit of familiarity already with Wix, which is great. So when you log in, you're familiar with this dashboard here that you get, and this has a little bit of analytics, and just kind of a shot of some of the details of your site. So your domains and your business plan, and it's got all these settings in here. But to get into the editor where you edit things, you're going to click here, which I'm sure you already know that.
Not
And when
really.
you know, okay,
It's
well,
called hit and miss in my case,
okay. Well, when you're
but
on
I
the
got
home
it. Yeah.
screen, from the home here, you're going to click edit site, and that takes you into the editor, and it'll open it in another page. I already have it open, so I'll leave it open like this, and it'll take you to the home page of your site in the editor.
Hey, can I ask you something, Bonnie?
Yeah.
Going back to my, working with WordPress,
Uh-huh.
thing I could do with WordPress is do a duplicate of the site,
Yep.
go
Yep.
in,
You can do that.
play around, do changes and stuff like that. And then, if I, did something wrong or really screwed it up, like I didn't lose my website. And then once I was
Yes.
happy with what I did in that duplicate, then I could just, make it active, and then it would transfer over to the new website. That's something you can do
Yeah.
with Wix.
Yeah. I mean, technically, so if I go to so the parent page for this, like when you first log into Wix, you're gonna see your site here and you'll select it and go into it. So I have other sites in here. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to duplicate it, you would probably click on this little circle here, and then I actually can't do it because I'm not the owner of the site. You are, but you would go here,
Okay.
duplicate site, and
And I
that'll let you create a copy of it.
and I can work in that copy. Is that it?
Yeah, so you would work in that copy, and then you would basically transfer your premium and your domain and everything to that. Like if you wanted to move everything over to that copy or use that copy of the site, you would move it over to it. Um, I don't normally do that, but you technically could do
Oh,
that. It's a good way of kind of editing things and seeing how it looks.
yeah.
Um, if you're making changes, you just kind of make them in the editor and then you'd save them. If you don't want to publish them, you can just save them and it saves it in the back end, but they're not live.
Okay. So, okay. Well, that'd be okay. Like, okay, then I wouldn't be that. Now, that was something.
It's
Uh,
easier.
yeah.
Like let's say you were editing some text, but you weren't finished editing it. You could just hit save, and that doesn't make it live on the internet. It just saves it in the back end. So it just saves it in the editor.
Okay, because
But
okay,
as
that
soon
was
as you hit publish, those changes become live.
yeah.
So
Okay.
so
So it's different
speaking
with
of that, like in editor here, there's all these different settings and buttons. So save just saves it in the editor. Preview lets you see what the site looks like live. So with video and animations will show in preview mode.
great.
And publish, obviously, you just hit that if you want it to become live to the internet.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Over here, you've got little undo and redo buttons, which are really useful. So if you've done something and you want to go back,
Oh yeah, I
you
call
can
those
just click back.
save you the buttons.
Yeah, it's really useful. And then on
Yeah.
the left-hand side here, you've got all your menu options. So the first one I was talking about is pages and menu. So this is how you can see all the pages on your site. You would look at them through here. So on the live site, you can see them in the menu, but in your editor, you're going to look at them in site pages and menu. So you can adjust the order of them by grabbing them on these little dots and pulling them to different places. You can also click on this little blue dot here and you can hide pages or duplicate them or rename them. So there's all kinds of options. The ones that are furthest to the left here are the ones that will show up first as parent menu items in your menu. and then
Mhm.
these will be sub menu items. So
Yeah, okay,
that's your menu. So to go
okay,
to
right,
different pages, you're going to do it here. So if I wanted to go to art collection, I would click here. Now I'm on that
and
page.
then I can go in and do whatever I want to do. So
Yeah.
you went into pages where are right there. Okay,
Pages, yeah, pages and menu right
that
here.
that's a bit like GoDaddy. Also, GoDaddy uses something like that too.
Yeah, most of them do because you need to be able to
Yeah.
manipulate the names of them and how they're
Mhm.
ordered and everything. So it's
Okay,
done separately from the menu.
got that part.
So yeah, so that's that. Over here, you've got this little plus button is for adding elements to the page. So this is for anything you want to add to the site, you're going to do here. So text, images, buttons, strips, which are full width pieces of like space on the site. There's all kinds of decorative things. So unless you're designing something, you don't really need to do this. If you're
I'm
adding new
not getting
text,
into that
yeah, you
exactly,
can,
except for text. Yeah.
yeah, so you can just grab text. You just find what size of text you're looking for, and you just basically grab it and drop it onto the page.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and once it's on the page, you can double click it and you'll get this text settings box that comes up, and that lets you change the color of the text and the
Do
alignment
everything.
and the fonts, whatever you want. But the other thing you can do if you're adding more text, like let's say you want to add text down here, you could just copy this text. So if you right click it, you can just copy and then paste the same text and it'll be formatted the same way, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
all
Because
the items on, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, apart from maybe, changing a bit of text or, as time goes by, like I
Yeah,
am really not gonna get into moving or adding.
no.
Like, if I
So,
do that, Bonnie, I'm on the phone, Bonnie, I need your help.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. Well, to
Yeah,
edit text is really easy. You just double click on it and you just get in there and you just edit it however you want. So
yeah.
you should practice doing that because that's probably what you'll be doing. Just going in and making some little changes to the text. It's really easy to do.
Okay,
You just double click on it.
so just to do a review, if I go into publish, that comes up, that page. Well, first of all, I go to the page, that comes
Yep,
up, the box, then I click on the text double time. And then from there, I can do what I have to do.
yep,
Right?
yep.
Okay,
Basically just
good.
put the little cursor where you want it.
Yep.
Um, all of the things on the page have see, this is a giant strip and then there's text and stuff inside of it. You can pull things down. So this strip is actually a fade from light to dark. You don't really need to worry about that. Just leave that for now. But like if we, for example, if you go over here, um here, let me find a better example. I'm going to go to a different page and just show you on the about page, for example. Everything you click on will have this little arrow and you can drag and drop things. So if you were to click on that text, you can drag it down and it moves everything down with it.
Okay, so just basically to realign text or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And generally it will give you these guidelines on the left and right for putting text and things. So if I try to put some content outside of these lines, I'm going to get this grayed out area. It doesn't want you to put the text there
Sounds good.
because it won't align to mobile. So it has to be kept in those spaces. This one, for example, is broken up into columns. So there's different alignment columns for each column. So see,
Okay.
I can put the text in here and I can put the text in here, and that's why I'm able to have it further over to the right or the left. But
Mhm.
you really don't need to worry about any of this.
No,
Basically, you're going to be just editing text. Um,
and
you
adding,
need to access the menu so that you can get between different pages from here
yeah, yeah,
and
because
changing pictures. So that's the next thing I'll show you is to change pictures. Um, you need to go into your file. So for example, let's say you want to change, let's go to a simpler one. If I go to, well, actually I'll do it here. So actually on your contact page.
Yeah,
There's a simple picture. So here's a picture. I'm going to click on it until I get change column background. And if I click on that, it opens up this settings box where I can choose what I want to put in there. So color, like just a straight color, or I can put in a image or even a video. So we would want an image. And when I click on that, I'm going to get stock photography or site files. So your site files are here. These are all the pictures that we've uploaded to the website. And we can organize these, but that's all the pictures. So you can just grab a picture and then change background and it'll swap that picture out.
yeah, okay, that's similar to, again, to
Probably go,
WordPress where
yeah,
all those photos were, they would call it media.
yes,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
So
so
to
there's,
organize this media, we can create folders and we can name them and then drag the different art and things into them. So you might want to create a folder called, art, um, colorist art.
yeah,
You might want to create subfolders because there's so many, right? But then you're going to just drag them and drop them in just to organize them. Down here, you've got media from Wix and Unsplash are both free stock photography sites. So you can search for whatever you want,
oh,
and there's all
nice.
kinds of different free stock photos that can be really useful depending on what you're looking for.
Mhm.
Shutterstock is not free, so these are paid stock photos. But you can usually find what you're looking for in here or in here, in media from Wix or Unsplash.
Okay,
So
but
you
yeah,
just,
I know about, Shutterstock and Unsplash, I've been there
yeah,
before, yeah.
yeah. But generally your site files or stock photos, you'll find what you need. And if you need to upload new media to the site, you're going to do that here. So you just click on that and then you grab the item from your computer. Now, one thing that I always do to reduce the size of the files that are going onto the site is I actually squish the photos so that they're not so large. And this gets to be a little bit burdensome, but it's really important to make sure that you're not putting like huge files on the website because it will really slow it down. So what I do is I use an app called Squoosh. You just type in squoosh.app and it's this page, this web page where you can basically grab a photo and drop it onto the page. And in the left-hand side here, you can shrink it down to a smaller size. So for example, I'm going to put it as browser JPEG because a JPEG is just kind of an image and I want it to be the size that's necessary for a browser, for a web browser. And then you can put it down to whatever you want. So whatever quality you want, and it'll show you what the quality looks like. So this is before and after, and you can't really tell the difference. And then you download it here, and that will put it in your downloads on your on your computer. So this is an extra step, but it's generally the pictures you're sending are probably quite large and it's good to shrink them. So then you would
Okay,
upload that shrunk
what
version.
would be, because like I want the customer to be able, or the viewer to be able to go in and have a, a very close look,
Hmm.
at
Yeah.
the way I do things.
Yeah.
For
So,
him or her.
mhm.
Like, but
Let me
okay, but
see.
like when I send it, because let me go back here. Something I can do with uh on my computer is,
Yeah.
and that's like with Microsoft, and I can redimension the photos there.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. So here's an example for you. This is a picture that you took of the gallery.
Yes.
So when I drop it on the screen, it's showing me that this picture is quite large. Um,
And where do you see
and
that? Where do you see that?
So I'm using that Squoosh app. So I just went into a web browser and I'm using this thing called Squoosh. So I just opened a new tab in my web browser and put in squoosh.app and then I just drop this photo from my downloads onto this page here. And if I go to browser JPEG, you'll see that I can reduce the size of this image quite substantially before you can notice any difference with the human eye.
Yeah,
This shows you before and after, and you really can't tell the difference at all. Like the photo is still very, very large, and I've reduced it by 64%. And sometimes you'll be reducing it by like 95%. Like it's just a huge file. So anyways, I hesitate to tell you about this, but because you're going to be putting so many photos on your site,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
it really does run the risk of bogging it down, especially video, because it's so heavy. And so it is a good idea to shrink your photos like this. So you just plunk it on the page, put it to browser JPEG, and then download and then use that shrunk version of it. But like you said, you might be able to just reduce the size of the photo of the file in your on your end before you even do anything else with them.
Because, yeah, because like I said, I basically go into the photo JPEG, and I, make sure I'm in JPEG. And then it says redimension, and
Yeah.
it's okay, there's 3 meg, and then if I bring it down, it'll say, okay, you're at 400K, let's say.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then I basically see it, is it good or not, and then I'll save it or not, or I'll
Okay.
duplicate.
Well, then you could just do it there. And then that way you're not doing a double
Yeah,
step.
I'm
It's
not
just when
going
you're sending stuff to me, I'm shrinking it and then adding it. But yeah, if you can reduce the size before you do anything else, that's a good idea. See, try out a few different things and see what size is good in terms of maintaining the quality but reducing the size of the file.
okay, because, okay, if we assume, like, the status quo, like, the speed that the website is functioning at right now. Like, if I recall, I have, let's say, maximum 40 available paintings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and each one of those is most likely, I'm using the word most likely, will have a short video.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so definitely that slows it down. Now, each one I've also sent you up to as many as 5 paintings per
Mm-hmm.
photo.
Mm-hmm.
Would that just be good to maybe bring it down to 3 or 4?
Well, the videos are so much larger than the photos that I don't know if reducing the number of photos is going to make any difference. And I think the photos probably add more value because they show different parts of the
Yeah,
picture, or maybe not. Like maybe if we just had, if I go to that photo page, for example, let's say I have a magnifier on the images so that people can zoom in. So you might not even need all those pictures. Honestly, you might not even need all the pictures because people are going to be able to log in.
zoom in and a little, yeah.
Um, See they can kind of zoom in.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize I could do that. Maybe I did
Yeah,
it a few times without that clicking, but uh, okay. Now, because the other thing is, probably at one point I'll have more sold paintings than available paintings.
yeah,
Okay, now those, like I mentioned to you, I will take off the video. Okay, and
yes.
I can also take off all the photos.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, these pictures are just showing parts of the art, so
Yeah.
you might be able to get away with just having the main picture and then people can open it
Zoom
up
in.
and zoom in.
Yeah,
But
because
it's
it is a soul painting, you know what I mean? There's
yeah,
nothing you can, like, it's not
well,
there,
yeah,
it's just to let them know, well, this is what you missed.
exactly,
Well,
exactly.
Hello, are you the artist?
yes, yes,
You do already?
yes. Thank you.
Very colorful. What is my favorite here?
That's oil paint.
Oil.
Yes.
Do you need to go, George?
No, no, it's okay.
Okay. Well, why don't
Have
we
any other
quickly
questions
go?
on this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, let's go into, I'm just going to show you this other part of the site that you're going to have to interact with. So, as you'll see here, these are pages. So they have a little square, icon beside them. Those are pages on the site. These ones are links to these databases that we've created. So you can access those here in the menu here. So this is the CMS. And this is where all your paintings are stored. So if you go to your collections, you'll see colorist art and sold. Those are the only two we've created right now. If I go to colorist art, it's going to open up this database of paintings that we've put in. So I'll scroll down, you can see them all in here. If you would scroll over the names of them, you can actually open one of them up and it shows you all the details, which is really useful. So when you are putting in a new one, you can just put in all the details right here and all the pictures. And then there's a space for a video here. So you're just going to click on that and then you'll upload a video that's going to go there.
Mhm.
And there's the main image that's representing that art. So this is where all your stuff is living right here. So to add a new one, you just go to the bottom and you go to add item and then you open up that thing here and it's got all the spaces and you just basically plunk all the information in there and you add the pictures.
Okay, now, okay,
Any questions about that?
yeah, I'm just thinking here, like the brain's working here 100 miles.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a
so
lot.
this, if I understand the CMS, okay, that's basically to put in new paintings, right?
Yeah, to put in new paintings. So you would open up, you would click on new and you would open this new space up and you would put in the title of the art and the price and all the details.
Okay,
And
is there
then
any,
you would hit save.
yeah, because, like, the only thing really that changes for each new painting or available painting is the title, the price, and the dimensions.
Yeah.
Like, is there some
These
way that that can be like a template made with,
Yeah, I need to do that for these because I didn't realize until part through the process that those didn't change. So I think I might actually be able to I'll change it so that those are automatically populating. I just need to figure out how to do that. I'm sure I can. Make primary. Yeah.
I feel
Duplicate
like
field with
duplicate field, yeah,
so I'll add that content content or feature. Um so that's for the colorist art. Now I'm just gonna delete this space because there's nothing there. But basically when you put it in there and then you close this up, it's going to show. So if I go to my menu here, site menu. So these are called dynamic pages. The pages that populate from those Excel files are called dynamic pages, but our regular site menu is here. So if I go to colorist art, it's going to show me all the art that we've put in. And this on this main page, it just shows the picture, the title, and the dimensions, and then it links to the individual art. So if I go into preview, I can click on one of them and it'll go into that specific piece of art and it has all the details that we've listed in that database.
okay, I'm confused here.
Okay.
Um, okay, so basically, like when I fill in that Excel spreadsheet, you show me that CMS thing.
Yep. That's all
Okay,
you have to do.
so I just fill all that stuff in.
Yeah. And this takes care of itself. So when you fill all that in, everything else just populates. So it will add that new piece of art to this list here. And it will
Yeah.
also create an individual page for it.
So I have nothing to do on that page.
No, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is go into the CMS, your collections, and add it to the
Okay,
colorist art.
1 second here. Can you go back to CMS there? The
Yep.
icon on the left here, I didn't see what you did. Okay, so
So,
you,
yeah, when you
yeah,
go
click,
to
click there.
CMS,
Yeah, go
you're
slowly.
going to go to your
Okay, your
collections.
collections, okay.
Yep. And then you'll see this colorist art one here or sold. So if you're putting it into sold, you're going to click on that and it'll open up the sold database. So
Okay.
these are all the sold ones. And it's the same thing. So you're just going to go add an item,
So
open
where
that up.
did you, go back, go back to, okay, add an item, where did you do that?
So here, I'll just get rid of this. So if you go to the bottom,
Oh, okay, I just saw it
add
there,
an
okay.
item. Yeah, add an
Yeah.
item there.
I just put in an
And
extra line,
then
yeah.
and then just open that up. And this will show you all the fields that you have to fill out. So the title, the dimensions, add your images, and it'll put them in a little gallery. And then the main image is what shows on the
Yeah,
page
on
that has
the,
all the art.
yeah,
And
on
that's
the
all. And then
page.
there's year created, year sold, art description. So just fill everything out and it'll
Yeah.
just populate it for you.
Okay, now okay, so if you're able to basically have that stuff automatically fill in,
Yeah.
then really, when I go to that page, most of it'll be there, really.
It'll all be there.
Yeah, so I just
Yeah.
go there, I put in the title, or I put in open first, and then,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
click
Add an
the-
item,
Yeah,
open it up, and then fill out everything and hit save, and it'll all populate on the
yeah.
site.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. So it
Okay,
seems confusing, but you only have to manage this part here. You don't have to, everything's set up to show on its own.
yeah,
And then if you close this out and close this out and then hit preview, it'll show you
it'll show me
everything.
wherever,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
assume the latest one is the one that goes up on top?
Yeah. So we've set it up so that the most recent are the ones on top. Yeah. So you will probably get confused and you will be like, Bonnie, I'm confused. So like it's there's a little bit of a learning curve, but just let me know and I'll help you out because
Yeah,
it's
okay, but yeah, because
you'll
like,
learn. It's
oh
not too
yeah, yeah,
bad.
like I mean, you know, using YouTube and like you say, hit and miss.
Yeah.
I was able to learn how to do WordPress. Like I said,
Yeah, which is
and
way harder.
yeah, he
WordPress is
just
way
set it
more
up for me, but
complicated.
that was it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so if you make any changes, make sure you hit publish.
yeah,
Um,
and if I don't,
and
it's still there as long
yeah,
as I touch save.
yeah. Well, and there's an auto save as well, I think every few minutes, but definitely hit save just to be sure.
Yeah.
The auto save is on.
Okay. Good.
Um, were there any little tweaks that you wanted to make that I can show you how to do as we're kind of going through these different pages?
Okay. Let me get to my scribbles here. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, this is the art gallery page. Okay, that photo is going to change. Like I said, that I have. I'm going to be sending to you
Okay.
with the video.
Okay. I should
And
tell
I see the
you
corner there.
some of these they have a little bit of an overlay on them. So you'll see this is a strip that has the text on it and the picture is behind. So this is a little bit confusing. So if you're trying to change this picture, it's actually behind this strip. Because do you see how there's a gradient, a black
Yeah.
it fades in? That's over top of this picture. So that's a little confusing, but hopefully you won't need to change these pictures too often. Or if you do, just send it to me and I'll change it out. But if you want to do it yourself, just move this gradient out of the way and then click on the picture behind it and then go to change strip background. If that makes any sense. So
Yeah,
you might
okay,
need to
okay.
play around with it a little bit.
Okay, now let's say I play around with something like that, okay?
Yep.
Then I'm totally lost, totally confused.
Yep.
And
So if you've mucked it up, just don't publish it. Just hit
okay,
save
just leave it in
or just
save.
exit it.
Yeah,
And I'll show you a trick in your site. If you've ever really messed everything up, like deleted pages or anything, you can go into your site settings. So if you go into your dashboard here, in your settings, website settings, there's a spot at the bottom where you can see your site history, and you can go to restore previous versions of the site. So every time it saves a version of your site, and you can go into any version of that site. See, just today, look at all the times we've saved it. And
yeah.
you can see what the site looks like at that point, and then you can restore it to that. So you can't really mess it up. Like you could completely
Yeah,
muck it
okay,
up
well,
and
see, yeah,
we'll just go to a version from yesterday or
yeah,
whatever.
okay, I got it. Yeah, because that was something again with WordPress that I discovered only maybe a month ago. That I
Oh,
could
really?
do. Yeah, but okay, well, that's great to know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
So
like, there's no
don't be
way I
afraid
can
to play.
really screw it up. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got that. So that, that takes away. So really, I just bring down the photo, sorry,
Uh-huh.
text box to get it.
Yep.
Now, and now, once I've changed the photo, then I do the save it and everything else. And then I bring back the text box, and then I can go to preview and see what it looks like.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
one question
Yep.
for you.
Yep.
Is it better to, I I probably know the answer, but every time, like say, I do the change of photo thing, is it better that, after I preview it and I'm happy with it, I just publish it right away? Or do
Yeah,
I publish it once I've done all the changes?
oh, no, I would do all your changes.
Okay,
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you've done something you don't like, you can always go to undo and
yeah,
go back, right?
yeah,
I usually just publish it when I'm about to leave the page, but you can publish it as much as you want. But you
okay,
can also just go into preview mode if you want to see what it looks like.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So everything else there is on that page is great, yeah,
Yeah, so this is all just text that you can change.
yeah.
That's a picture that you can change. This
Okay,
is a
like if I
video.
change my operating hours or whatever, then I just
Yeah,
go
you
into,
just go into there, click on it, and just
yeah,
change it however you want.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, the changing text is pretty easy.
yeah, okay. And like
Mm,
I said, I can always do what I'm gonna say it, play around with it, really. That's what I'm gonna do this.
yeah, it's really good to just play around, just to
That's
get
not gonna be,
practice manipulating.
yeah, it won't
Yeah,
be for a while anyways.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Um, we are probably gonna get it cut off because we have
yep, there.
4 minutes. It lets us talk for 45 minutes on here. So, before we get cut off, can you think of anything else that you
Real,
have questions
yeah,
about?
okay. Can you go back into the, say it, George, um, into the collection page?
Yeah, this one?
Yeah. Okay, so that photo I'm gonna send to you to change.
Yeah,
Okay.
or you can do it.
Um,
So you just go to the page, click on the photo and go change image and then upload the photo.
okay, now how do I get the photo from uh, my file on my computer into that file?
So you're going to upload it from your computer.
Okay,
So you go,
Where do I go to click the money? I
so
open
you
that page.
go, if let's say you have the photo in your downloads on your computer or
Yeah, I have it
in a
in a file. Okay.
if you have whatever file you have them on your computer, so you're just going to click on the image, hit change image, and then the photo's on your computer. So you're going to upload it.
Oh, okay, got it.
upload from computer, and then you're gonna grab it from wherever it is on your computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I can do. And then it'll show
Yeah.
up there, and then from there, I
You just,
basically,
yeah, and then it'll upload. It takes a few seconds to upload or however fast. And then it'll be in your site files here, and then you
okay,
just click on it and you
yeah,
choose that image.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
do it today.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Now, let me just see. Okay, I purchased a Trebor artwork. That part is
Mhm.
okay. Can you click, yeah. If we go down a bit into the, yeah, okay, right there. On the colors art, whoops. Yeah,
I'm just putting it
color
in.
art, yeah.
Mhm.
The hand is there. Go up to the photo. And if you go to the abstract, it's not there.
There's no link there because we don't have that
That's
page yet. We haven't
intentional.
created
Okay,
it.
that was my question. And then the other
Mhm.
one's good. Okay.
This one has it too. So I
Yeah,
can create that page if you want, that there's nothing to go on it. So we could alternatively, I could just remove this for now. But like
no, yeah,
when
I
you,
have the photo and I'll try to change it myself.
okay,
Not today, but
okay,
a day or so.
okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
Like I said,
But also,
I
yeah,
gotta,
do you want,
go ahead.
sorry, do you want me to set up this CMS, this collection for abstract art now?
Yeah,
So that
you
you'll be
may
able
as
to go in and,
well.
okay.
Yeah, but I won't be doing that for maybe a couple of weeks, okay?
That's okay.
Because I really gotta get back to doing some painting too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna put a
But
few hours a day.
yeah, it would be good to have it there though, so that there's
Yeah,
something
okay.
where you can dump things
Yeah,
once you get a
okay.
chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Oh,
go to,
we have less than a minute. So if we get cut off, just call me.
yeah, okay, because um yeah, it was on the next page. Like if you go into a painting itself,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, pick any painting to go into.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You know the scroll thing, the arrows
Yep.
on the
These
soul
ones?
side. Yeah, those are okay. Well, okay. Here's the thing. If you go next, it brings me to the next painting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go back,
It takes you to this page.